Hi, my fellow quarantiners. Get off your couch and get in the kitchen and cook with me. Come on, you got nothing better to do. All right, today on Crash Course Cooking with Chef Paul, I'm going to make a shrimp dish that I have not named. I should name it, but I have not named it. But it's shrimp and it's got vegetables, and it's going to have a little sauce with it because everything I make has usually those three ingredients: some sort of a meat or something like that, and some vegetables and some sauce. So we're going to get our ingredients together. So I have zested a lime. You could use lemon if you wanted to, but I had a lime, so that's what I used. So zested that. I'm gonna save that zest, and I'm also going to. We're gonna get the juice out of this lime. All right, so the juice of one lime plus the zest. Now let's cut the red. So it's going to have red pepper and sweet onion in this dish as well. Do you know how to cut a red pepper? I'll show you. Kind of want to get all the seeds out of it. There's some seeds that stick to the white part in there too. You want to just get rid of those. And we can, let's see, maybe this is an Asian dish, so maybe we'll kind of julienne these, and then maybe I'll just cut them in half one time. When you cook, you want everything, your food product that you're cooking with, you want everything kind of the same size. The main protein that you're cooking with, usually that is bigger than the rest of, so in other words, these the vegetables are not going to be bigger than the shrimp. The shrimp in this dish are bigger. That's typically how, you do it. We the whatever the main part that you want to accentuate in the dish should be bigger than the accompanying things like vegetables, for instance. Okay, so this is a big onion. We probably only use half of it. Remember how I showed you how to cut an onion? Well, I'll show you again. So you cut off the two ends, set it up on one of its ends, and then just cut it straight down. And then we will... Okay, so this one end right here is where the root, it's all held together there. And that's what we want. You want that away from you, because the other end is pretty much loose. It's all segmented. One end has the root part, and that's what you want away from you because it's held together by that root. So what we're going to do is we're just going to cut this like so. These are kind of like julienne. See if I take one. See, it's julienne like that. But what I am going to do is I'm going to cut it all thin like that, and then kind of like the red pepper, we will cut it once. We'll turn this 90 degrees and just cut it that way. Now, this is the root part I was telling you about. See how it it holds things together. See, that it's all held together by the root. So you just want to separate those. Or you could cut the root. You could just cut it off, and then everything will not stick together. So that's how you cut. That's how you throw the onion all over the table. All right. Good. 1 large clove of garlic, which I will cut for you. Okay. So what we can do with this is we can dice this up. Use your fingers as a guide, your fingernail, the first segment of your finger, so you don't cut yourself. Or you could get a garlic press and just put it in the garlic press and mince it with the garlic press. Okay, that should be good. Looks like about a tablespoon, maybe 2 tablespoons, but that's just 1 large clove of garlic. Now that we have the majority of our ingredients, we can get cooking. I'm going to peel the shrimp now, and I'm taking the whole thing off. I'm not leaving the little last segment over the tail is. And these are, when they're small like this, these are 21, 25 size shrimp. When they're small like this, it's easy to peel them because the skin is so thin on them that you just can pinch it and just pinch it off totally. So I don't know if you can see this really well, but I'm trying. I'll get one closer to you. Let's do it like this. So you just pinch where the little legs are or whatever. So you just pinch and pinch the tail part, and it'll forces the rest of it out. So we need about a pound of this. I do not have exactly a pound, but I needed a little bit more, but I ended up making some shrimp cocktail and ended up, which I could show you how to make shrimp cocktail too. I know we've all eaten shrimp cocktail, but who's ever made it, right? And so the key to that is pickling spice. That's what I use to cook in the to boil the shrimp in the water. You use pickling spice. We need about a pound of these shrimp, peeled and deveined. We really know that it's not a vein that we're taking out, right? It's his digestive tract. Okay, so here are my little shrimpies, all peeled. We'll start with about a half a stick of butter to saute. I also have water chestnuts. They have absolutely no flavor to them, but I like the crunch. So it's a small can of water chestnuts. So I have that. And you know the baby corn in the can. Well, these were super long. So what I did was I just drained them and cut them in half so that they're kind of the same. Remember I was telling you about the onion, the vegetables. They should all be about roughly the same size, so, length. So that's kind of why I cut them all kind of like that, so they're uniform. So I have those for this dish as well. It's a 1/4 cup of rice cooking wine, and but it's pretty sweet, so I don't want a lot of it in there. All right. We can start cooking sauteing our onions and peppers. And I will add the garlic, not right now because the garlic will burn. So I'll add it towards the end. Garlic will burn very easily. And when you get all fancy, you can do one of these deals. I have a half a cup of chicken stock because I wanted to have a little bit of sauce. I like sauces. I like to make a whole meal in one pan. Aside from the rice, you could serve this over rice, and obviously you would have to cook that separately. But I have a half a cup of chicken stock. Now, chicken stock, don't use bouillon cubes. Those are primarily salt. Like I don't use that. You can use that if you want, but we don't need to add more salt to this. So I get the stuff that you can either buy, the chicken broth that's already liquid in those cartons that they come in, or what I do is I get the it's like a paste. It's called chicken base, but you can get it as a paste, and then you can add to your water as much as you want of the chicken base to give it as much or as little chicken flavor as you want. It's your choice. You have control over that. That's why I like to do it that way. I like to make it really chickeny. So I add a good amount of base to the water, to warm water, and dissolve it and mix it around. Okay, so this is looking good. What we're going to do, actually I can add the garlic now because I'm going to start making my sauce. This goes pretty quick. I'm going to add my lime zest. I'm also going to add my lime juice. Should be good. We're going to add everything else too. This is the rice. That's the rice wine. That's sweet. This is the chicken base. I need to add my shrimp. By the way, like I said, that was not quite a pound. We do want to have a pound of shrimp in there, just so it, makes a good amount. This is also this is sesame oil, a tablespoon of sesame oil, just to give it a little bit of that flavor. I also have hoisin sauce. So really all we're doing now is getting our shrimp to finish cooking, and I can smell that sesame oil and the garlic. It smells really good, and the lime. I only want to cook the shrimp not all the way through. I want to see some. I don't want it totally white because it's going to continue to cook when we go to thicken it. I'm going to put these in after. Okay, so what I'm doing, all right, so this is ready to thicken, really. So what I have some cornstarch here. Cornstarch and water. This is not from my wife. My wife cannot have this. That's why I'm making it like this. But I'm going to go ahead and add cornstarch and water. A little bit, because we can always add to it, but we can't take away. Okay, looking good. Looking good. I'm going to add a little bit more to give it a little bit more viscosity to the sauce. That's good. That's how I want it, right there. And I will add these. Those just need to be warmed up in there. People, this is just about done. See how quick that was? That's it. I'm turning the heat off because it's going to continue to cook, and that's it. You can add scallions as a garnish. I actually have parsley, but yep, I'm going to take this off the heat. I'm going to show you the sauce. See, it's got a little viscosity to it. Actually, I want to try. That's good. You can taste the lime in there and good flavor in there. Here you go. Shrimp. I don't know yet. I haven't named it. But that's what it is. But that's so easy to do, right? I showed you how to cook everything in one pan, make the sauce, everything else. You could serve this over rice or just eat it as is. I'm just going to try it right now. I'm going to season this with my Trimix. My Trimix, as I've shown you before, is equal parts of salt, pepper, and granulated garlic, table salt. And that's what I seasoned this with because it needed some seasonings. Enjoy.